The following material may contain sex, coarse language, and violence.
Of course! Of course!
Here, there'd be one person.
Slow open. Peek.
Just a person who seems to be organising, like, foodstuffs, essentially.
Like cooking it, or just like...
No, kind of like, the stock take person was doing. It's like they seem to be, like, making a record of what food supplies they've got, you would guess. Okay, make a, I should have got you to do this. Oh, you didn't know this is the first time you've used the blow dart, so it'd be just a... I don't know, would it be a dex roll?
Ranged attack?
It'd be ranged, yeah.
Okay. So that is... discounting what I get from that. That is... 28.
Good, because it's it essentially has to be a cold shot, so that always ups your diffs. But
Yep.
that's enough. It smacks her right between the eyes.
It doesn't break open?
No, it doesn't. It smacks right between the eyes and then breaks open with the powder stuff, and she's like, oh.
Oh, exactly like that.
Enter. Right. Clean up all the powder and any... Well, it won't be powder, it's a gas, I think. Clean up any residue. Get the little broken shell thing. Okay.
It's pretty tiny.
Get
so.
one of my MREs out. Open it. Contaminate everything with Turian food.
Oh, I see what you're talking about.
Just in case someone comes back to reoccupy
Yeah.
the room. Like if we have to run, I want them sick as a dog. Running to the toilet and getting mugged by the clown. Especially anything that looks like it's being prepared for today's meal.
There's nothing particularly being prepared. It just seems to be a stock take, like I said. So.
Then I'll go into the mess hall if there's no one there. Because there'll be...
only the two that you'd removed initially, so yeah, there's no one
But
else.
they're still tied up in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We might want to move them into the office.
Just so we've got everyone in one place.
Yeah.
Also, what if somebody goes and... Okay, they're also going to notice it's really cold in this
Big window
cold
cut
air
open, yeah.
blowing in.
So I'll cut a new hole in the office window, and then using that I can collect our prisoners, and then see about putting the window back into place.
Should be able to just tape it there.
Yeah.
I've got left enough tape on it.
Make it look like it's been a patchwork repair until they fix it properly.
So there's in the mess hall. Is there any because they go there? Do they just food appears out of air, or is there food for them to get in the mess hall?
No, there's in the corner. You wouldn't have seen this initially, but when you go in from this area, and you can see there's a little kitchenette area where you can cook stuff in on the upper corner.
Okay.
But there's no aside from there'll be a refrigerator with some colder stuff, but apart from that, everything else they must get from the.
Okay, and that's already contaminated, so okay, I guess I'm done. I'm waiting for others to turn up their results before I guess you want to talk to someone.
Yep. Oh yeah, pouring
Well, it'll be time to leave it on a cliffhanger for another week. I mean, unless Stephen wants to spend another half hour.
I've got half an hour.
Okay.
I've got no work tomorrow, so...
Okay.
Ray's still not here to pick me up. So.
Oh, Ray's coming to pick you up.
I think so, yeah. I hope so.
What time is it?
It's
12:12.
About a quarter past, yeah. Almost
Yeah,
quarter past.
I'm going to be up.
Fair enough.
In the morning.
You'll be able to hear the last of it on the end of the recording. Okay, yeah, so you're doing...
Yeah, I'm going to check
set
through
prepping the window, basically.
Oh yeah, and that, yeah.
What's Tiala doing? She's...
I was searching the database for my number, see if there's anything pertaining to any research, anything to do with my number.
There is a reference to you, and then it links to a file that's got your name with some more details. It's pretty much a file on your basic history. I mean, it doesn't have everything, of course.
No.
It does have you flagged as having potential. How would they word this? Potential carrier or positive for. How would they word it? Potential carrier or positive for. Basically what they're looking for. I'm not sure how they word it, but yeah.
Alright. Okay, then I'll look up the other number
Okay, yes.
and name.
Unknown.
No data about them.
The data is that was born in the Lucia prison and then taken from Kyra.
Ah.
Whereabouts unknown.
Okay.
Matriarch might be able to find out about that.
There you go. Anything about the project on the other base?
There will be references to attempted projects on Hellerus, Lucia,
Yep.
and 2 other cases. It seems like every 50 or so years this gets tried out again.
And I'll get as much information on those as I can and their lead project.
The initial lead project designer, listed on the project is Dr. Nuazia Malola and Helena Zadana.
Yep.
And the originator of it was Solarian Dr. Goback.
Yep. And
You can make an intelligence roll as well when you're actually accessing that.
10.
Well, that'd be enough. I mean, it's not super high, but that'd be enough for you to go to at least work out that he's mentioned as being part of this project on 3 separate occasions.
All the first 3 or the latest 3?
So it would be.
Oh, it would only be the latest.
No, he was there from the first one, the second one, and then the third one.
Solarian.
Yes.
Every 50 years, that's 150 years.
At least.
Yep, that doesn't work out. As a lead project.
Yes. He was originally, in fact, in the first instance, he was originally the sole lead project.
Does any of those projects have a test subject?
All of them have multiple test subjects.
And is any of them that I know of?
Sashezka is mentioned.
Which one? The oldest project, or?
No, she was the one before yours.
Can I get all information on her data, all her?
Yes.
I want that information. But I want all the information on the project, on those if I can. But I'll just wait for Logan to get back, because it'd be.
I actually have some bad news I don't think you're going to like. My recommendation is that we just attack the rest of the Asari in this place and take it room by room, and then interrogate her.
that is definitely going to delay you the next session.
Yeah. That's what, because all she has to do in the middle of an interrogation is make a loud enough scream, and then we're off. We're not in optimal positions.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Asari here.
We
A
could
lot.
take her back to the ship and interrogate her, but then we're not on the base anymore. If anything happens, we're not.
I'd also
able
like
act
to shut those robots down, and I probably won't be able to do that
from out there.
from out there. And I don't think you're going to get the information you want unless it's out of her.
Well, I mean, one thing you wouldn't, I don't know if this helps, but one thing you would notice is the walls between are fairly thick because everywhere here is considered a possible biohazard containment, so most of the walls are fairly thick, so you could probably scream bloody murder in this room and nobody would hear you. But I don't know if that affects your...
Yeah, but we still want we want these archives, right?
Well, I do now.
So we either attack them after we interrogate her, or before.
Well, before we do anything, can you disable the wipe protocols on them,
Yes, I can.
please? And the explosives.
Are there any?
Of course there is.
I can't see them, so I can't do anything to
Because
them.
I'm talking to the explosives expert.
I'll do a check around the archives and in key positions where I would put bombs.
Okay, so I want to go through their computer systems
This is
and their
probably
terminal
more
and
like
the archives and that.
electronics.
And I want to disable their Armageddon protocols.
Okay. Make an electronics roll.
Right, I have just rolled that.
Mhm.
And that does come to 28.
Yeah. You would surmise, given what you've done, that it's going to be pretty hard to basically run those.
Now, can you lock them for yourself?
Yeah, I mean, I basically, I can't do anything to their network at the moment without their central network hub, without the possibility of raising an alarm.
Yeah.
But these archives are separate, so I can.
You will actually know we're going through that there doesn't seem to be much in the way of networking in here. It's mostly
Oh.
isolated terminals.
Oh, in that case, then, yeah,
At least the ones in her office.
yeah. I mean, I think I'm going to have to try and do my usual security takeover of these facilities, these
What
machines.
was your
then.
role for the explosives?
What do you want me to add to this one?
Do you have any knowledge in explosives? Or
The closest again is still technology.
No, I think explosives come under. I did say.
Repair.
Is it?
Yeah, there's repair.
Which, why they named it repair is
I don't
again
know.
just staggering beyond
Yeah.
belief.
24.
yeah, you do find a fair amount of explosives.
Hidden away in
Yeah,
panels
it's
and
usually near the computer terminals more than anything else.
They really don't want to know about this.
do they look particularly advanced? From what I can tell. Would I be
They
able
are
to
in the
disarm
sense
them?
that they are things kind of similar to what he set up, where they're laced within certain panels that are near the computers, or sometimes some of them are even the computer terminals themselves. The panels you would pull out to inspect the electronics, the panels themselves.
And
have
there'll
got,
be an explosive in there.
it's actually laced within the panel.
Oh.
Yeah, the panel itself can
Yeah.
be.
Jesus fuck. Which is why we don't want any, when we take them, we don't want anyone giving the command. Because this whole base could just be an explosive. Which is going to be convenient when we blow it. Which we are going to do. Unless we need it for evidence.
Well, Tiala might.
This is in
want-
Asari space though.
Tiala might want to
So we
lock
can
it
get
for
officials
evidence,
come.
just to clear her name.
We have friends on Luzia.
Did it have anything about this project being scrubbed? That's what I would have also checked about.
Every time I heard, each one had a reason why the project was shut
And
down.
why was mine shut down? Well, then I was.
Yours was shut down due to a unforeseen. Basically, there was an accident that caused the gas to be released when it wasn't meant to, and it had to be shut down after the whole thing basically went to hell.
And any reason, nothing pertaining to me about it, or just it was an unlucky reason why I was there, or because there was no actual test subjects as far as I knew, was there?
You didn't see them because, of course, they had that stuff away from you when you were guarding more the outside and the more public areas, I suppose.
Was she working there at the time too?
Yes.
Would I have recognised her?
You don't recall ever seeing her, but she's listed as being on staff.
Yeah, alright. Is there any way for us to disable the explosives so they can't be remotely detonated? Or
Is it going to be something like I could disarm from somewhere that shuts them all down, or is it all individual?
If you could stop any type of charge being sent through them at all by isolating them from
I could
any
do it
electronics,
temporarily.
then, yeah, I mean, you could throw it into a corner of a room where there's nothing electronic to send anything to, and it would...
So I basically have to remove them each individually from
Yeah,
there.
just remove a bunch of panels, and you can, for the most part, get rid of it. In some cases, there's an explosive itself, but it's pretty easy to... It's not set up so that, it's not like a time bomb where you have to be super careful. You just have to disconnect it and remove it.
Well, I will go about disconnecting the ones I've found and gathering them. There could be a potential use there.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Oh,
if
yeah.
they we've just got free explosives. Yay!
Some of them are in like discussable panel form.
Neat. Oh, fucking handy as fuck.
Atol discs would have they have a small amount of power, don't they? Just enough to support their own.
You have another question, I see.
Because they could be impromptu detonators.
is this base also set up to administer the gas through the system like it did on the others?
There are tanks set up to the air supply.
To do,
Yeah.
no game.
Mm-hmm.
This base is set up the same way as the others.
I disconnect the tanks very easily because their tanks are very easy to disconnect.
Pretty much.
Yep, and then you find the big CO2 tanks and hook those up instead.
And then I examine using my medical scanner. I will examine the contents of the tank. What is this?
It's some kind of formula that your scanner doesn't recognize.
Meep, meep, meep. Unknown.
Yeah.
Well, we just found Project Gas. Right, secure those in office. I have a suspicion it's not going to affect Turians. I have a suspicion it's an Asari killer, based on her story of what happened. And only an Asari that is the product of non-Asari fucking. The best kind. I do a quick search for the thing that proves her innocence.
Well, you already downloaded a lot of stuff that... I mean, the one alone that has her listed more as a potential...
And the fact that
Link to
they scrubbed the project and wiped their own men out.
I'm
and
sure.
their own team out.
The archive will have somewhere in it a record of that thing and what actually happened there, but we just need time to go through it,
I found
Which
that
we
project,
don't.
so
which we don't have. I think the next step is taking out Asari. Lots of them. And the way I think we should do it is we hit it room by room, because he said they're fairly thick walls, we might have a shot at this. Do it room by room, whip a flashbang grenade into the middle because it basically has a 20-foot radius. It's almost 40 feet. I can't imagine too many rooms being bigger than that.
Well, not in the whole base.
Turn off their biotics
Something.
and then threaten them with guns. And if anyone moves, we shoot them until blood comes out and they drop to the floor and start quivering.
Also turning off their biotics.
Also turning off their biotics in a much more permanent, lethal manner.
Yeah.
I think that would have to be how we go about it, but I want Rosie here. So,
Yep.
stop, I guess.
Maybe we should get the rocket launcher from the ship.